Hello and welcome to another edition of the Reserve Report, your source for what's going on locally and around the Reserve. I'm your host, Lance Corporal Dallas Johnson. MARADMIN 648/16 pertains to the Equal Opportunity and Diversity Management Branch and the Civilian Workforce Management Branch at Headquarters Marine Corps and their annual award boards. The awards recognize military and civilian nominees who have distinguished themselves in one of two sections to include technical and leadership performances. For more information and details, check out the MARADMIN. John Glenn was an American aviator, engineer, astronaut, senator, and Marine who passed away on December 8, 2016. Watch the next video for more on the story.
Legendary Marine astronaut and U.S. Senator John Glenn died December 8th at the age of 95. After the attacks on Pearl Harbor, Glenn quit college and enlisted in both the U.S. Army Air Corps and U.S. Navy before transferring to the United States Marine Corps.
During World War II, he flew 59 combat missions in the South Pacific. After the war, he was a member of Marine Fighter Squadron 218 on the North China Patrol and served on Guam. In Korea, he flew 63 missions with Marine Fighter Squadron 311. As an exchange pilot with the Air Force, Glenn flew 27 missions. In the last 9 days of fighting in Korea, Glenn downed 3 enemy aircraft along the Yalu River. After the Korean War, John Glenn was one of the Mercury 7 group of military test pilots, selected in 1959 by NASA to become America's first astronauts and fly the Project Mercury spacecraft. On February 20th, 1962, Glenn flew the Friendship 7 mission and became the first American to orbit the Earth and the 5th person in space. After his career at NASA, Glenn served in the United States Senate, where he represented Ohio from 1974 to 1999. On October 29, 1998, while still in the Senate, Glenn became the oldest person to fly in space and the only person to fly in both the Mercury and the Space Shuttle programs. Glenn's personal awards include the Presidential Medal of Freedom, Congressional Gold Medal, 6 Distinguished Flying Crosses, and a Presidential Unit Citation. John Glenn is also a member of the Congressional Space Hall of Fame.
And finally, Staff Sergeant Ismael Escande wanted to make a difference during his 6-month deployment to Okinawa, Japan. Lance Corporal Kelsey Dornfeld brings us the story of 1,000 cranes.
We respected the Japanese culture, we respected the Japanese people. This is our way of showing that. The legend of 1,000 cranes comes from the idea that if a person folds 1,000 cranes, their wish will be granted by the gods. When I first came here, I asked many Japanese Okinawan people that I can, the locals, if they've ever heard of a lone American folding 1,000 cranes. They've heard of groups of Americans holding it, interest groups. They've heard of Japanese people doing it, but they never heard of a lone American holding it. So I just saw that as an opportunity to do that. Went to a local hospital where they had pediatric care, and I donated 1,000 cranes. I've already told a couple of people about the story of me donating the cranes. Some of them decided that they wanted to help. From mid-September to late October, we finished the second batch of 1,000 cranes. Going into this last project, the one that we donated to our nursing home, it was 10 other Marines, and this was an all-Marine effort. I was awestruck because that was the third 1,000 cranes that we did. It was amazing to do that. It's all what you make of your stay. It's all what you make of your opportunity. Not everyone gets a chance to go to Japan. You have the ability to make a difference. You have the ability to be a positive influence.
That does it for this edition of the Reserve Report. As always, for more news, photos, and videos, check out our website at www.marforez.marines.mil. I'm Lance Corporal Dallas Johnson. Thanks for watching.